Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Farthest Frontier where we have the most exciting times. Well, not really. It's a really slow town builder and we just keep on trekking along, you know. Uh, so this is, I decided to record an episode really late. It's almost 11 p.m. here. Um, but I just wasn't really feeling tired, you know. I should be trying to like sleep more at the moment. And I did sleep a lot last night actually, but yeah, I guess I'm not. I don't know. I'm not there yet. So, I was hoping, that maybe we can start recording an episode, and hopefully I will be tired by the end of it, because this is such a tiring game, isn't it? It's so exhausting. Not really. But either way, so we're very close now to getting the economic power. I'm guessing that's gonna cost us a lot in terms of everything. Um, I don't know if I can see that ahead of time or not. Maybe it's in the build menu here or something. Um, oh yeah, here it is. So there you go. We're actually gonna need 15,000 gold to build this. 15,000 gold. We have the rest. No, we don't anymore. Actually, never mind. We do not have enough bricks. Okay. Well, um, we'll get there. Within a couple of episodes, I think we'll have that built, probably. And then this playthrough will be over. I don't know actually whether it will be completely over. It depends. I don't really know how I feel about you know, what's left to like, if there's anything else, any other goals that I want to set for myself. But I think I might be done. I don't know, maybe leveling up to tier 4 would be a pretty good goal, and maybe we'll get there before we even have the building built, who knows. Part of this frontier life is unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I've actually been moving along quite well with my games to playlist now. I've already finished up all X-Pit. I put like 28 hours into it in the span of a week. So that has been, that I enjoyed that game way more than I expected to. We're about to head into winter here. I guess we can speed up a little bit. Maybe we should clear out the woods here as well. So yeah, I'm now on to another game, and I actually, trimmed the list a little bit. I removed what's it called? I removed Tower Dominion, which I was gonna play partially for inspiration, and because like we're always developing tower defense games at work, basically. So Tower Dominion, I figured, could be like a good inspiration for making some sort of thing like that. But and then I also removed, I think, Tunic. Yeah, Tunic was the other one. I was just like, I'm sure this is a great game, and maybe I would enjoy it more today because I've become such a big Zelda fan that I honestly never really expected to become. But yeah, I am. So yeah, either way, I was just like, nah, do I really, really feel strongly that I want to play this? Nah, not really. So I'm both like getting through my list, and I'm also, trimming the list from things that I probably don't feel that strongly about that I really should be pursuing it, you know? We started building the guild hall, by the way. That's what's coming up here. But I'm wondering whether, is it in resources? No. Where's the guild hall? Feels like it would be in amenities and services. Maybe it's here. Oh, you can only have one, right? Yeah, yeah. So main thing I wanted to check really was whether it had whether it had a monthly gold cost, but it doesn't, so we're all good. So yeah, I'm really just trying to, get through that list. I'm really trying hard to get through the list this year, even by trimming games that I don't feel super strongly about, because at the end of the day, I don't want to feel like I'm forcing myself to play through any games going forward. And I'm, as I've said before, really just looking forward to not having any games specifically that I'm forcing myself to play just for the sake of it. So yeah, the next game actually I'm looking forward to quite a bit. That's Super Mario Galaxy. Lately it's just been really hard actually to tear myself away from, I have more to do at work right now than usual, and then secondly, I've also got like a little. It's just been one of those times in my life for some reason, where like more people are reaching out and going like, hey, let's catch up, or let's play some games again or something. So I just haven't felt like I had as much time gaming on my own as I have had for a while now, which is fine, it's nice to have some social periods as well, even though I'm not like a super social human being. But it's luckily, even if I'm not, I do have absolutely fantastic friends, so I can stand them for extended periods of time, And I also know that these times end, right? Like that's something, as I've come to learn, that like people come and go, right? And so that you're not gonna be like hanging out with these people for forever. So whenever the next time period comes where I'm more alone again, I guess I'll get back to really grinding up my list, which I'm sure will be in a couple of months or something. Or weeks, who knows. Or days. Or tomorrow. Anything can happen. Yeah, so we're really just trying to work our way through these last few months before we start building that economic monument. Obviously, we'll finish the guild hall first. What else? Well, in terms of games, there's actually a new one that popped up, I think over the last week or two. I don't know exactly. I'm trying to think when I recorded the last video and if I talked about it then. I actually don't remember. But just in case I didn't, let's bring it up again. It's Darkhaven. It's an ARPG, similar to, Diablo. These catapults will make short work of your defenses if not promptly dealt with after they arrive. It would be prudent to rally your forces for such an attack. Okay. So now they did warn of, battering rams before they happened. Actually, you know what? We're in a really shitty situation right now, actually. Because we're completely zeroed on gold. And so if we do get attacked, we have no soldiers. It might just wipe our town completely. A little bit nervous about that. Worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, I'm gonna delete this building and have them bring all the gold used to build it into storage again, and then hire the soldiers with that. I don't know if I will even make that on time, because usually it takes a little while for the soldiers to equip themselves and all that stuff, but, we can hope. Also, we can go back to the save, I guess. I don't mind cheating a little bit like that, if it really comes down to it. That would be a sucker way to lose the playthrough. And you know, technically it's bonus content. You both get to watch me lose my entire settlement, and you get to watch me repel the attack. Can't really argue with that, can you? But anyway, yeah, Darkhaven. So Darkhaven is a Diablo-like game made by actual, like, ex-Diablo developers. It's Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. And Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 developers, among others, of course, that are working on it. Sorry, for some reason I'm losing my ability to speak a little bit. And those guys are making a really fascinating ARPG for once. The thing is that I think that genre, it's basically my favorite genre of games. If you give me a good ARPG, I'll sit there for hundreds, if not thousands of hours. But most of not only do I think that, like, most people don't do them very well, I have very high standards for that because, especially with the itemization, I'm so tired of all the ARPGs, you know, like Diablo 3 or Diablo 4 or whatever, that basically, or I guess, I don't remember actually to what extent Torchlight does this or whatever, but there's definitely a lot of, like, just green arrow, make things better. Like, you have no attachment to your items in those games. You just exchange them. You always get something better, and you never have to think about anything. So, you know, like, Diablo 2 had really, really good itemization, as opposed to that, and that is, like, a game that is... How old is that now? Like, 26 years old or something? I don't even know. Let's see whether the trader has anything for us. Not really. Can't even really sell anything to him. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So not only do I, you know, I'm excited because, like, some of these developers have experience with the genre, so hopefully their, you know, their itemization is going to be good. But also, they're doing something new to the genre. I think that the genre has gotten really stale. You know, like, people don't innovate in the ARPG genre, really. But these guys do, in a way, or, like, you know, it's not new for gaming or anything like that. Definitely not. But it's new for the genre, and that is that they're adding destructible environments. And they're also adding a bit of verticality to it, so basically, not that that's exactly new, but you can jump really, really high, which allows you to traverse areas in a very different way. I'm very excited to see how they're going to use these mechanics to make, you know, exploring the world more interesting. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that one. Hopefully it does turn out good. According to my sources, and I say my sources, they're not my sources. According to a guy I follow on YouTube, who is also a very, very harsh critic of that genre, he did get to play an early version of it, and supposedly it really does hold up. You know, like, the mechanics that they're selling actually does, you know, like, they do it well. I'm considering upgrading this, just for the extra food. And we can have even more. We do need the bricks though we don't need the bricks right now. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's upgrade you. But I don't think that game comes out this year or even the next, you know, maybe it comes out in 2027, who knows. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. We have Marathon coming up now in about a month. I think, no wait, was it early March or late March? I don't remember right now. Either way, I'm looking forward to Marathon. It's gonna be interesting to play a different kind of game for me for a little while, and get back into a PvP game, as I said before. yeah, I don't know. I think I'm trying to. Oh yeah, then there's the Grim Dawn expansion that comes out this year, so that should be interesting too. I do love Grim Dawn. I love myself some Grim Dawn. It's one of my favorite games, and I haven't played it in a while now. That usually comes with the fact that I also play with a couple of friends. We did have a playthrough going, and maybe we'll start some new characters for that playthrough. Who knows? I would certainly love to do so, and that's always a blast. But yeah, also yeah, I've been playing a lot of Valheim. I am in love with that game. It's the first now like this. This is the first time now that I've gotten past Mother, the dragon. It's actually funny if you're familiar with the game. The fourth boss is actually called Moder, which means mother in Swedish, and you know they are Swedish developers, so that's the reason. Yeah, a lot of Swedish games coming through nowadays. You know, we have RB There Yet, we have Repo, we have Valheim. Valheim is not new, of course, but yeah. But yeah, regardless, I also had this is not really related to games, but it's just something that's on my mind. You can kind of tell, right, like why I have not been able to sleep right now, because my brain is just sort of racing. This moment. We should slaughter some of these hen. Do we have... Oh, we have more population than we should have here. 2, 3, confirm. I think we just heard our... we have more population than we need here as well. Awesome. It's gonna be a lot of food, actually. Okay. I think we just heard our thing updates. Indeed we did. So, Hunnut's there. There's so much happening. Second trader here. Selling preserves. Or buying preserves, rather. There's nothing here that I really want to trade. Or like, you know, sell. I think this entire series, I've been saying this wrong. Oh, they're buying preserves. No, they're selling it. Well, in this case, they're actually just selling and buying it. So I guess, you know, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I've been saying that wrong the entire playthrough. Just never really gets stuck in my brain for some reason. Guildhall is about to finish up. So hopefully no raider attacks coming in, and we'll be just fine with finishing this one up. Unfortunately, there was no way of procuring more gold here. I mean, there is a way, but I kind of don't want to bother with it. Could sell some pottery to get some gold. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that. I don't know whether they will make it in time or not, but... anyway, so what I was going to say is I had this conversation today with someone who struggles with mental health, where basically she asked me like, what's your, like, how do you get the process started of, you know, changing these things about yourself? I feel like I'm being kind of distracted here. Just a moment. Let's see whether I make it on time or not. It would be nice to at least gain some gold, you know, even if it's not ideal. Let's see here. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're so close.
Work to be done?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, never mind. It's not gonna happen. I don't know why she's going up there, but either way, it's not gonna happen on time. Anyway, so we're talking about the whole, like, becoming mindful, right? Being in the moment. and she was like, how do you start that? And then I basically said, like, you know, as I've told you guys, that like for me the game changer in that regard was meditation. Meditation is how like I started to become more mindful, how I started to sort of, you know, change my behaviors to some degree, even though like from time to time you lose it, right? Right now I don't have a very good I don't have very good routines at all at the moment, so I'm not one to speak at this time. Just, you know, I can tell people about like how I used to do it, more so than how I do it. But I also haven't meditated in quite a while, so either way, what meditation helps you do is, you know, just notice things, right? It allows you to focus on your thoughts and just let them be, let them pass, and realize that not like we have control over all of these. We can clear our mind whenever we want to. We can, you know, catch things as they come to you. So usually, you know, we just go on autopilot. If someone, you know, if I have to take out the trash, for instance, then usually my mind does this like annoyingly complex calculation of like, oh, what energy would it require to take out the trash, and then it makes up a story about like how bad it would be to take out the trash, where when it's really just you just do it and it's nothing, right? Maybe that's a bad example, because I guess taking out the trash is not a specific issue for me, but maybe shaving would be a good example for me. That is something that always builds up in my head for some reason, and it's just one of those things that like for some reason I just don't want to do. I always talk myself into not doing it. This would be great. Reduce upkeep costs for soldiers. But yeah, and also, you know, then there's also the fact that, you know, your head lies to you so much. And so today I got a lot more stuff done just because I talked to her about that. Because I was like, you know, we make up all kinds of excuses all the time not to do the simplest things, and when you do them, they're really nothing. Oh, even more people. Holy man. Holy moly. That's a lot. Oh, hey, we're actually gonna have excess gold now because the guild hall is finishing up and we are still earning. Hopefully we have enough before it's too late. And also, you know, the whole thing about like motivation and discipline, like these are things that I think are kind of lies. You know, they don't really exist. Because it's really just about the fact that you don't get, you know, you don't need motivation to do anything. You do something to get motivation. It's the other way around, but our brains just kind of constantly keep us in this loop where we think of it the wrong way. So I find that very fascinating, right? Like how we constantly like trip ourselves up. We're starting to struggle a little bit with food, which honestly, I did not quite expect. We have a lot of food here, but okay, yeah, it's constantly being moved. It's interesting. I should probably have been, you know, like watching this, for instance, all the time, because it's very interesting how much food is being moved out of here all the time. But you don't even think about it. There's probably hundreds or thousands of pieces of food being used up and moved in my, you know, in my settlement every single month right now, or every single year. I feel like this is prioritized. It only requires 13 work. I don't know why anyone isn't like going over here and getting that done. There we go. Alright, we're about to get a guild hall. We got a guild hall, bros. Okay. Hey, look at this. Okay, we need to pause a little bit. This is, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay. The Armaments Guild provides support for the production of armor okay, yeah, okay. That's so that's just for like defense, I guess, or for combat in general. Make manageable finest luxury items such as beer, candles, and glassware. Okay. Clothiers Guild oversees the production of clothes. Ah, so it's okay. Clothes, okay. Bread, cheese, and preserves are produced to the utmost standard. Okay, I mean we could do that. I think I want to do that. Can't be changing it for 3 months. That's nothing. Culinarians would be correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah. I don't understand why it's 0% at the moment, but maybe that's because we don't have paper here yet. Are we making flax fibers anywhere? Or like... Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the paper mill is working, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I guess we'll have better cheese. It was preserves as well, right? Yeah, preserves as well. I think preserves was what we were planning to do with our knowledge point after we have the economic power. I feel like maybe I repeated some of my points that I've made before in that little spiel I just did, but if so, I'm sorry. We need rats. No, we don't need rats. We need a rat catcher. Let's see here. I guess I don't know if we will ever expand this way, but I guess we can do this. We prioritize that. There we go. But it's weird, you know, how those things sort of come together again for you. What I'm referring to is just, you know, the fact that like all of a sudden people reach out to you again, and it's always like, you know, everyone at once. It's never like, oh yeah, one person comes back at a time or something. But no, are they? Is this really what shelters look like? Yeah, I guess it is. That look weird to me now, just because we've had such fancy houses for a while. Okay. Oh yeah, we're paused. Sorry, forgot about that. Filing paperwork. We finally have politicians, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for the settlement to start going to hell. It is how it is. Can't really do anything about it. Someone's gonna manage to talk. I don't know. I wish I could, like, understand why this is happening, though. I also don't know where we got 615 gold from. It's kind of interesting to me. Hopefully there will be a third trader this year, because I do want to... I do want to see if there's like some gold that I can gain. Okay, so now there's nuts there. There's nuts here, so hopefully they will forage those as well. I'm just desperately trying to get more food in whatever way I can. I don't know if I have that many stones anymore. Yeah, because the thing is also, when it comes to potentially getting to tier 4, now we're actually fairly close in terms of population, because we need 400 people, I believe, and that's it. Yeah. 200 iron, okay. 300, okay. So this would be like a separate project almost, like this costs like half of what an economic power does in terms of gold and all that stuff, so... Oh, now there's rats here. There's no rat catcher here either. My god. I guess there are some downsides to spreading your settlements. Like I'm sure that like someone that actually knows this game is like watching this series and going like, my god, this guy builds like the messiest town. And he would be, or they rather, I don't know what gender they are. They would be very correct about that, you know? I have no idea what I'm doing. And everything is probably very inefficient. But it works, right? That's what's most important. Now I'm not as concerned anymore, by the way, about us getting attacked. Anyway, what I think I was going to say is that, like, the thing about getting to tier 4 is that we could once again start mining there it is, yeah, deep iron, yeah, so we did not have, like, good access to iron, and this would be a deep iron deposit, which I think, is that infinite? Yeah, it is. Interesting. The baker is burning, guys. Save our bread. Please save our bread. Yeah, all good. There's a lot of... there we go, nice. Any third merchant coming over? Anybody? We have a lot of coal here in the center of town, by the way. Yeah, these deep deposits obviously would be like huge for all of our income. The base that these houses are not getting upgraded. I guess they're not really within range of anything. So I suppose that makes sense. It's just a market basically. I don't know if I want to build, like, do you need multiple hospitals, for instance? Is that something that, you know, might be worth considering? Do we need multiple schools? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll play some Super Mario Galaxy after this. You know? Maybe that would be a good call. Then I can start making some progress. Then again, I do have a lot of stuff planned for tomorrow, so maybe it's a bad idea to... Well, then again, I'm not gonna sleep anyway, so... What is this? Oh. We even have a deep gold deposit there. We have so much coal in this playthrough. Look at that. Like, we have coal there. We have coal there. We have coal over here. We're also getting sand, actually. I don't know what... Did we actually apply that here? We did, yeah. Okay, that's already in a good spot. Okay. Now we have like 1,000 gold. Villagers stricken with worms. Gosh darn, those worms are striking hard. I think this could be a good episode, you know? Or, I don't know if it's a good episode, but it's an episode. It's a wrap, you know? Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think maybe that's a sign, you know? Maybe this is it. I don't know. I should have probably made a bigger deal out of this, but we just unlocked the economic power. So, I think the economic power. Um, maybe we'll just be saving up stuff for a while, and we'll see how close to this we can get. How big are you? Okay. I could build you here. Could build you here also in the central area. That would probably be more appropriate. Yeah. Okay. How much work did it say that it took? 800 work. Okay, yeah, that's also quite significant in and of itself. But yeah, I mean, I need 15,000 gold for that. I would need to sell quite a lot for that. And yeah, I'm just not necessarily holding my breath for that. We'll see when we get there. Maybe in like 2 to 3 episodes, depending on what the merchants bring. We'll be able to build that thing. We also need a lot more bricks. It's not about we might need to build a secondary brickyard. That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting here in order to make those bricks fast enough. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I should be back to my normal schedule from now on. We do have some stressful things at work coming up, so hopefully I will not be too distracted to make some episodes in between here. But if I do, I'll let you know via posts as I have. And yeah, thanks for following along. We'll soon be wrapping up the series. Maybe we get run over by raiders. Who knows? Until then, cheerio.